Is Mrs. Isaiah Gabriel Juliana Chinya. I have a presentation on case study of classroom teaching plan for model school education at Nigeria Korean Model School. Here are some of the subtopics. This is the topic. I want to write some of the things we're going to do. The major topic I'm going to talk about, introduction. I want to talk about the introduction of this topic. Case study is a process of research into the development of a particular person, maybe a group, a situation, over a period of time or a particular instance of something, used or analyzed in order to illustrate thesis or principle. Therefore, the case study of classroom teaching plan for model school education should be planned and taught with scrutiny because she is setting a standard for global emulation. The teaching materials and the methods used should be captivating and such that would motivate the learners and keep them active and participatory throughout the lesson. Model school education is rapidly and dramatically making improvements that is validated with reliable, credible data, substantive and relevant quantitative indicators. Model school leaders and teachers have taken their ambition and turned into actions that result in student success. Model school is focused on what matters most. The students, school leaders support the adults in moving outside their comfort zones and adapting to what is best for the kids. There is a focus on healthy, social, emotional, and development through strong, positive relationship. Model school is always looking ahead at what's around the corner. She understands that education must transform to meet the challenging needs and demands of a technology-driven, rapidly transforming world. So students are prepared for success out of school. Model school capitalizes a supportive system, wide culture of high expectations, and strong relationship. They use specific and adaptable strategies to create a a positive learning environment that is felt throughout the building by the leaders, teachers, students, parents, the community, and the group at large. Case study of classroom teaching plan. The case study of classroom teaching plan is a highly adaptable style of teaching that involves problem-based learning and promotes the development of analytical skills by presenting content in the format of a narrative, accompanied by questions and activities that promote group discussion and solving complex problems. Case studies facilitate the development of higher levels of Bloom's taxonomy of the cognitive learning, moving beyond recall of knowledge to analysis, evaluation, and application. Similarly, case studies facilitate interdisciplinary learning and can be used to highlight connections between specific academic topics and real-world societal issues and applications. This has been reported to increase learners' motivation to participate in class activities, which promote learning and increases performance on assessments. Lesson plan. A lesson plan is a teacher's detailed description of the course of instruction for a lesson. A daily lesson plan is developed by a teacher to guide class learning. Details will vary depending on the preference of the teacher, subjects being covered, and the needs of the learners. A well-developed lesson plan reflects the interests and needs of the learners. It incorporates best practices for the educational field. The plan correlates with the teacher's philosophy of education, which is what the teacher feels is the purpose of educating the learners. Creating a lesson plan is an important aspect of instructional design. Lesson plan allows teachers to create learning objectives, organize and deliver course content, and plan and prepare learning activities and materials. It also outlines the type of formal or informal assessment methods teachers will use in their classroom. While there are a number of different models, a lesson plan usually consists of following components. 1. Objectives. This simply the learning goals you want to achieve in the class. Before you teach a lesson or before you do anything, you must have a goal, you must have objectives, which is going to guide you throughout the lesson. Then number 2 is set induction. This is called the hook. You know, what hook the learners and make them to look on, to see from the beginning of the lesson to the end. Otherwise, they'll be so distracted. One of those things, you know, the hook in your lesson plan to interest the learners. That's what is called set induction. They have teaching content. The curriculum you will deliver and explore throughout the lesson. The topic which you are going to teach the children, you know, it must be there. Then learning activities. This integrates strategies to engage learners in active learning. These activities are going to make children to activities 1, go, you know, have activities 1 to go to the children are going to follow to make them to understand the lesson you are teaching on the particular topic of the subject. Evaluation. This can be formal or informal assessment to check whether the learning objectives are achieved in the class. You will not know whether what you have taught is correct until you have, you know, evaluated the children. The feedback you got from them will help you to know whether you have achieved your goal or not, or the objective you set from the beginning. Now, let's talk of conclusion. The term conclusion is time when you wrap up a lesson plan and help learners organize the information in a meaningful context in their minds. In other words, a helpful activity when closing a lesson is to engage learners in a quick discussion about what exactly they learned and what it means to them. Home tasks. This is a set of tasks assigned to learners by their teachers to be completed outside the class. It reduces the amount of time that learners could spend outdoors. If you don't give them home tasks, they'll go home play all through and don't even mind to go through what they have been taught. So home tasks is very important. This is going to help them check them in issue of play, they not overplay. Now it reduces the amount of time that learners could spend outdoors playing, sleeping, exercising, and watching films. You know, there's so many things. So home tasks will make the learners to stay indoor to do all the exercises that we are given to do in the class, in the home. The importance of teaching plan for modern school education. It is a step, you know, this is very, very vital. Teaching the children, because if you don't have this teaching plan, the teacher may deviate. And therefore, teaching plan helps the teacher. It is a step-by-step guide that provides a structure for an essential learning. It helps you to know this step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, until you finish your lesson. It clarifies the learning outcomes for the class. Help the learners to know the purpose of what they are being taught. It helps the teacher in maintaining a standard teaching pattern and does not let the class deviate from the topic. If you don't have lesson plan, you can deviate. But when you have lesson plan, you have to follow it sequentially. That's going to guide you. That's why I say it's a guide to the teachers. Again, it tells you how teaching should progress with the context of the lesson, so that you don't carry what is supposed to be at the last and put it in the front. It helps you to start from the 1 and end the what is supposed to do number 1, then before you go to number 3. It helps you, it guides you. Again, it builds the confidence in teachers. With lesson plan in your hand, you will become a confident teacher who is well informed. If you have a lesson plan, you are confident to teach your lesson without being fidgeting. You can't, nothing will check you. Because why? You are prepared for it. And you know what you are going to teach. You know your topic. You know the subject you are going to teach. You know the topic you are going to, impart in the life of the children at that point in time. Again, it helps to avoid casual omissions or repetitions of subjects taught earlier. With lesson plan, you're able to go through your work and know, oh, I've taught this one before. This one has not been taught before. It will help you to know. Or it will help you not to jump. You can, if you don't have this, you can jump and teach one you're supposed to teach, the one you're supposed to teach tomorrow. You go and teach it today. Or next week, you come and teach it today. It will make you to be hazard in whatever you do. But this will help you. It help you to be coordinated. It help you to not omit any topic or subject you want to teach at that point in time. It will attract the attention of students who pattern after you are planning threads. As a teacher, we are model. And children, they watch us. So when they see that you are organized and what you're doing, they want to be like you too. They want to do everything, even their notes, they keep their things in order the way they see the teacher doing her own thing. And that's why it is very, very important that a teacher should be very, very organized, even in the classroom, because the children are watching, the learners, they are watching us. We are their model, they are copying us. It will attract the attention of students who pattern after your planning threads, as I said before. It says the anticipatory mood for learners. Children, they are, at that point in time, they are anticipating. They are looking forward. They want to know what the auntie have today. What did they have today? They want to know. It keeps them on. It keeps them, want to know. It keeps them because they're going to make them to be curious. The curiosity in them will make them to do what? To pay attention. Because they want to know what the teacher have at that point in time to deliver. It says that it's a substitute teacher will be able to take the position of a class teacher in a much shorter time. If, for example, if teacher is not around, maybe teacher is sick and he cannot deliver at that point in time, or not in school, somebody can substitute to carry the lesson plan and teach, even when the absence of the teacher. So that's why the lesson plan is very, very important, even in the modern school education. And therefore, in conclusion, case study of classroom teaching plan for modern schools should be patterned by carrying learners along for effective teaching and learning with different methods of delivering. Have different methods, have different methods of delivering. Teaching material should be used to help the learners understand and recall what they have learned earlier by using pictures. For example, we have these pictures. Animals and their young ones. It's going to help the learners to see, because it's very, very much important. Children recall what they see than what they are told. This is animal and their young ones. This, we have cow and the calf. We have what they see than what they hear. For example, when they see this picture, cow. This is a cow, and the baby of a cow is called calf. Look at the small calf here. The baby of a frog is called tadpole. You can look at it here, you can see it. Then the baby of a chicken or hen is called chicks. Look at the chicks here. As they wash, it continues. The baby of a sheep is called lambs. Look at them. The baby of a goat is called kid. The baby of a goat is also called kid, and so many of them. Now we can also have them in other ways, maybe in writing form. We have seen it. Animal and their young ones. Goat, kid, cow, calf, dog, puppy, cat, kitten, sheep, lamb, hen, chick. Then we have frog and tadpole. That is the young of these animals, and so many of them. Then we can also use, as I said earlier on, in conclusion, apart from using pictures, can use video clip, another material that will enhance learning. So that is why it is very, very important in a modern school. We should use all these things to help the children to learn fast, so that they're able to queue into the global world and technology that is what is obtainable now. They're able to explore and adapt into the system of the world and become a better citizen of the world.